Hello friends, let's have a discussion on management of cash. Cash, we know it is one of the most important current of asset of a business organization, and it is needed at all times to keep the business going. So a business concern should always keep sufficient cash for meeting its obligation. Cash itself doesn't produce goods and services, but it is used as a medium for acquiring other assets which are used in manufacturing of other assets. And any shortage of cash may hamper the operation of a concern, while any excess of it will be unproductive. Here, this is the need for having proper cash management is arising, and there will be a gap between cash inflows and cash outflows. So, a financial manager, he has to synchronize the cash inflows and outflows. Then, motives for holding cash. Why the organizations are keeping cash always in their hand. First and most important motive is transaction motive. That is, a firm it need cash for making transactions in the day-to-day operations. Cash is needed to make purchases, pay expenses, tax, dividend, like that. And this cash needs arise due to the fact that there is no complete synchronization between cash receipts and payments. That means sometimes cash receipts exceed cash payments or vice versa. So the transaction needs of a business or the cash can be anticipated because the expected payments in the near future can be anticipated to some extent. And the same manner the expected receipts can also be anticipated. Okay. Then second one is precautionary motive. That is, a firm is required to keep cash for meeting various contingencies or emergencies. Though cash inflows and cash outflows are anticipated, but there may be variations in this estimated. Say for example, a debtor who has to pay say after 7 days may inform his inability to make the payment in proper time. And one more example, that is a supplier who used to give credit for 15 days may not have the stock to supply, or he may not be in a position to give credit at present. In these situations, cash receipts will be less than the expected cash payments, expected cash receipts, and the cash payments will be more as purchases may have to be made for cash instead of credit. Okay, such contingencies may arise in a business organization. That's why the firm should keep some cash for such contingencies, or it should be in a position to raise finance. Then third motive is speculative motive. That is, it relates to holding of cash for investing in profitable opportunities as and when they arise. Such opportunities do not come in a regular manner, and these opportunities cannot be scientifically predicted, but only conjectures can be made about their occurrence. Say for example, the price of shares or securities may be low at a time with an expectation that this will go up shortly. And the prices of raw materials may fall temporarily, and the firm may like to make purchases at this slow or low price. And such opportunities can be available or availed if the firm has cash balance with it. These transactions, we can say that they are speculative because prices may not move in a direction in which we suppose them to move. Okay, so the primary motive of a firm, it is not to indulge in speculative transaction, but at the same time such investment may be made at a time. Then strategies to deal with different phases of cash. Okay, cash management has been assumed importance because it is the most significant of all the current assets, and it is required to meet the business obligations, and it's unproductive when it is not used. Then cash management, it deals with the following, that is cash planning. Okay, cash planning, it is a technique to plan and control the use of cash. That is, for this purpose, a projected cash flow statements may be prepared based on the present business operations and also on the anticipated future activities. And the cash inflows from various sources may be anticipated, and cash outflows will determine the possible use of cash. Based on that, we can prepare a well plan for the cash. Then second one is cash forecast and budgeting. Cash budget, we know it's the most important device for the control of receipts and payments of cash. Cash budget is concerned, it's an estimate of cash receipts and disbursements during a future period of time. It's an analytical flow of cash in a business over a future short or long period of time, and it is a forecast of expected cash inflows and outflows. Then short-term and long-term cash forecast may be made with receipts and disbursement methods, then adjustment net method. Then next one is managing cash flows. Okay, cash flows means cash inflows and cash outflows. So after estimating the cash flows, effort should be made to adhere to the estimates of receipts and payments of cash. And cash management will be successful only if cash collections are accelerated and cash disbursements as far as possible are delayed. The following methods can be used for this purpose. First one is accelerating cash inflows. So as to accelerate the cash inflows, we can use different methods. First one is prompt payment by customers. That is, in order to accelerate the cash inflows, the customers or the collection from customers should be prompt, and this will be possible only by prompt billing, and the customer should be promptly informed about the amount payable and also the time by which they should be make the payment. And it will be better if itself addressed envelopes it is sent along with the bill and quick replies requested. Okay, and one more method can be used, that is the firm can allow them a cash discount. So the availability of discount is a good saving for the customer, and in an anxiety to earn it, they can make quick payments. Then another one is quick conversion of payment into cash. That is, early collection of check drawn in favor of the concern should be there, and efficient cash management will be possible only if the time taken in deposit float is reduced and make the money available for use. And this will be possible by reducing deposit float. Okay, then what is the deposit float? Deposit float is equal to postal float plus lethargy plus float. What is postal float? That is time taken by post office for transferring check from customers to the firm. And lethargy, what is it? Time taken in processing the check within the organization and sending it to the bank for collection. And bank float, that is time taken by the bank in collecting payments from customers' bank. Deposit float, checks written by the customers by the amount not yet usable by the firm. It is on in transit, okay, not yet received or not yet usable by the firm. Then which is equal to postal float plus lethargy plus bank float. From this, one thing can be clear, that means there will be a time delay or a delay in the payment, or the customer may make a check but actual payment may not be, or actual receipts may not be made. Okay, so that delay, it is in a whole we can say that it is a deposit float. Then another method for accelerating cash inflows is decentralized collection. That is, a big firm operating over a wide geographical area, they can accelerate collection by using the system of decentralized collection. That means a number of collection or collecting centers are opened in different areas instead of collecting receipts at one place. And the idea of opening this different collecting center is to reduce the mailing time from customers' dispatch of check and its receipt in the firm, and then reducing the time in collection of these checks. Okay, so on the receipt of the check, it is immediately sent for collection, and since the party may have issued the check on local bank, it will not take much time in collecting it. Okay, so the amounts are collected will be sent in the central office at the earliest. And this decentralized collection, it saves mailing and processing time, and thus it reduces the financial requirements. Then another one is lockbox system. Okay, lockbox system, it's another technique of reducing mailing, processing, collecting time. Another system, what is happening is that The firm selects some collecting centers at different places, and the places will be selected on the basis of number of consumers and the remittance to be received from a particular place. The firm hires a post box in a post office, and the parties are asked to send their checks on that post box number, and a local banker will be authorized to operate that post box, and the bank will collect the post a number of times in a day, and it will start the collection process of check. The amounts are collected will be credited to the firm's account, okay, and the bank will prepare detailed account of checks received which will be used by the firm for processing purpose. And the benefit of this system of collecting check, it expedites the collection process and avoids delay because of the mailing and processing time at the accounting department. And by transferring these clerical functions to the bank, the firm may reduce its cost, improve internal control, and then by reduce the possibility of. Then next one is method of slowing cash outflows. Okay, just opposite of method of accelerating cash inflows. How can we delay? How can we delay the cash outflows? Okay, that is first one is payment on last date. That is the disbursement can be delayed on making payment on the last date only. If the credit is allowed for 10 days, then the payment can be, or the payment should be made on 10th day only, not on 9th or 8th. Okay, it can help in using the money for short period, and the firm can make use of such cash discounts also. And second point is second method is payment through draft instead of giving check. That is when a company gives check, okay, it will have to keep a balance in its account so that the check is paid whenever it is comes. But at the same time, a draft is payable only on the presentation to the issuer, and the receiver will give the draft to its bank for presenting it to the buyer's bank, and this will normally takes a number of days before it is actually being paid. Okay, so the company can economize large resources by using this method. Okay, the funds so saved can be invested in a highly liquid low risk securities so as to earn income thereon. And third point is adjusting payroll fund. That is, some economy can be exercised on payroll fund also. Okay, it can be done by reducing the frequency of payments. That means if the payments are made weekly, then this period can be extended to a month. And another method is if the financial manager can plan the issuing of salary check and their disbursement. Okay, if the checks are issued on the Saturday, then only a few checks may be presented for payment. Even on Monday, all checks may not be presented. Okay, so on the basis of his past experience, the financial manager can deposit the money in bank because it may be clear to him about the average time taken by employees in encashing their paycheck. Okay, then another method is centralization of payments. That is, the payment should be centralized and payment should be made through draft or check. And when checks are issued from the main office, then it will take time for the checks to be cleared through post. Okay, so the benefit of check collecting time is availed. Another one is interbank transfer. That is, an efficient use of cash is possible by interbank transfer. If the company has accounts with more than one bank, then amounts can be transferred to the bank where the disbursements are to be made, and this will help in avoiding excess amount in one bank. Then next one is making use of float. Okay, float we already discussed about it. Float is the difference between the balance shown in company's cash book. Cash book means in cash book there will be bank column and the balance in passbook of the bank. Whenever a check is issued, the balance at bank in cash book will be reduced, and the party to whom the check is issued may not be present it for payment immediately. And the parties is at some other stations, then check will come through post and it may take a number of days before it is actually presented. Until the time the checks are not presented to the bank for payment, there will be a balance always in the bank. The company can make use of this plot if it is able to estimate it correctly.